Talk to me about Chris Benoit.
When I heard what had happened, I was as shocked as if somebody would have called and told me my very own brother just did that. And my very own brother has a heart of gold and is a vet and loves animals and would never harm a fly. The best I was ever in the ring with, easily top 2 or 3 by far, and just so talented at our business. Everyone I know from watching his matches always thought, oh, that guy's got to be stiff. Oh, that guy's got to be outside of his chops, bro. He was one of the lightest guys I was ever in the ring with. He took such good care of me. And when I started, we were in an angle, Raven and Benoit, and it went on for months. So when it came to the end of a match, we're doing the run-ins. Raven, we always plan these out. Like, one thing I didn't like about the NWO, if they did a run-in, you got 12 guys just coming in on a schmaz, and it's like, it's just 12 guys beating a guy down. We planned out our run-ins spot by spot by spot, so at least it made some sense. Like, it was always Kidman first or myself first. We're the cannon fodder. So every night, Benoit's hit me with a German suplex or hit me with something when I come in first, and always took such good care of me, always. And then the Raven Benoit feud was so good after it ended, WCW revisited, we did it all again. So I got to work with Chris, a lot, from the beatdowns, the run-ins, the matches, all that kind of stuff. And he was just absolutely fantastic. And I hate, obviously, the way so many people view him because of the way his life ended and taking Nancy's life and his son's life. And I understand that as well. But from a wrestler standpoint, I would be absolutely remiss to not talk about how fantastic he was in the ring and how giving he was, just with things we did, and as far as advice and helping me out. He was great.
Yeah, I mean, before the tragedy, if you would ask every single wrestler that's ever laced up a pair of boots in the last 30 years, who's your top 5 you'd want to be in the ring with? Who's your top 5 you want to watch and learn from? Every single one of them would have said Chris Benoit. Everyone.
He makes top 5 there, yes. But I agree with you 100%. And the other guy that just celebrated a birthday recently, and that is on that list and does not get the credit he deserved, but Brad Armstrong, just so good.
I say this: watch Brad Armstrong just get in the ring. Watch him go from the apron through the ropes. It's a work of art. Just watching the man enter a ring. That's how good Brad Armstrong is. Am I right?
You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. Quick story. One of my very first matches with Brad, we didn't know each other really well. We hadn't had a match before. I didn't know him before I came to WCW. And this, again, I'm saying this with all the respect in the world. It was a Saturday night taping, and got there and saw the board up, and Brad had to put me over. What a travesty that is, by the way. I'll just come out and say it. Brad Armstrong putting me over. But I went to Brad immediately and said, hey, Brad, we're working tonight. Whatever, sir, you want to do. He's like, hey, don't call me sir. My dad's not here, blah, blah. Super great to talk to. And he's like, we'll get together in a little while. And I asked him maybe once, maybe 2 more times, like, hey, Brad, what do you want to do tonight? And finally he said, Lodi, I got a question for you. Like, I know when you came out of the power plant, you had a stigma attached to you. You were a power plant kid, right? And no matter what you did, it's always, and I get it. He said, I know you guys really like to plan your stuff out. And look, I know I'm putting you over tonight. I got no problem with that whatsoever. He was very kind about that. He said, do you trust me? Can we just, honestly, I work so much better if I just call it in the ring. I promise I'll make you look good. Can we go out there and just, if you just listen? And I'm sitting there, I'm kind of taking a deep breath and trying to remain composed. I'm like, Brad Armstrong is asking me if I mind listening to him in the ring when I would pay to listen to Brad Armstrong in the ring.
Sure.
And he made me look like $1 million. He absolutely, he knew my character. He knew what I did and what I couldn't do, and played everything up. Absolutely made me look great. And then thankfully, I was able to work with him a lot more. And, he got saddled with some really bad gimmicks, but Lenny and I worked with him when he was stuck as one of the No Limit soldiers with Big Swole.
Was he in that group?
He was. Brad
Yeah.
Armstrong.
Oh man.
B.A. Armstrong and Swole. Yeah, the No Limit soldiers. It was
He's getting a
terrible,
check.
but Brad did Brad stuff. I mean, he was always great. So
Right.
Atlanta, and went to work for Dusty Rhodes when he ran Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling, and I booked for Dusty. And Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday, I was in Dream's office for a couple hours every morning going over, because I helped him with the school and stuff, but what we were going to do with the shows that weekend and stuff. And Dream just poured into me. And Dream was also, he was an agent for all the Lenny and Lodi stuff. So much of our vignettes and backstage stuff came from Dream. He stole all these lines and tag things from Sonny and Cher and fed them to me and Lenny for our vignettes, and they were great for what we did. But spending time with him in his office and just being on the road with Dream and learning how to book everything from booking angles to booking a show to just, Dream's way up there on that list too.